Okay, folks, good morning and a big welcome back to the banks of the Yarra River. We're about 1 minute away from a start to Moomba Monday, most exciting day of the year for water ski fans. All comes down to this 5 days of amazing water ski action here at the 2025 Moomba Masters, presented and towed exclusively by Nautique Boats. And we're about to get underway with my favorite event, the women's trick final. Conditions perfect out here. We had a little bit of rain last night. Maybe just knocked the top off the heat a little bit. Not a breath of wind out on the river. We're right up around high tide. And looking forward to what is going to be a fantastic day of water ski and wakeboard action. Starting things off with the women's tricks, and it's a great big morning to the captain of the commentary team, Jared Ferraro.
Yeah, exciting morning, of course. Does not get any better than this. You're starting to get the goosebumps on the arms, and the crowd starting to build up here on the banks of the Yarra for this finals day, Moomba Monday. Curtis, when was your last Moomba Monday?
Ooh, 7 years ago now. It's been a long time in person. I tune in every year on the live stream, and welcome to everyone joining us around the world, wherever you may be, but super excited to be back here. There's nothing quite like being on the banks of the Yarra River come Moomba Monday.
Well, for those of you just joining us on the webcast, of course, conditions look pretty good compared to what we've had the similar conditions, I should say, over the past few days. However, last night added another element to Moomba, which we don't usually talk about. We had a bit of rain overnight, and actually quite heavy rain at about 5 a.m. this morning. And if you look out under the screen, I don't know if we can get a shot, maybe a pan across later, but with all that rain, the Yarra, of course, is a thoroughfare for all of our runoff water, our rainwater, and the drain over underneath the big screen has got the water gushing through it. That is going to make slalom add an extra element when it comes to slalom, because it's going to be pushing right into buoy 3.
Oh, well, I was wondering what that structure was. I thought that was put in place to help me gauge where a 50-meter jump was, but that makes a lot more sense, Jared, that it's a storm drain. So it looks like we've got our first tricker on the water. Of course, out of the United States of America, it will be Sasha Danisheuskaya coming into course. Rope on toe. Incredible line control she has for her toe pass to Sasha. Grew up doing a bit of tricking in a swimming pool. Here she comes, opening up Moomba Monday, the first skier, the first act. Starting strong here, rope on toe, is the American. Twisting back and forth, wrapping in and out of the line. This is good work here from Sasha. She's accumulating a lot of points. She's gonna go over the line, throwing the ski up over the toe line. Couple more, and a good stand-up toe pass to kick things off on Moomba Monday.
Yeah, great work there from Sasha, stamping that first pass. Great to have our first one underway here for the Moomba finals. Of course, out of the eyes of Lake Hancock, 28-year-old, recently married to, of course, Taylor Garcia. We'll see him later in the jump event. And personal best of up over 8,500 points. She's going to need every bit of that, Curtis, because we know that the women on the dock, especially our top seeds, can all exceed 10,000 points.
Absolutely. Big day for Sasha. We talk a lot about the incredible talent of Joel Poland across all three events, but Sasha, former world overall champion, and of course she is through to all three finals throughout the course of the day. So it's going to be a heavy program for Sasha, starting off well though on toe pass.
Yeah, we certainly wish her well in all three events. So we'll wait and see what she has with a hand pass. Going to come under the city end. If you haven't already done so, make sure you grab some sunscreen. We might need to put some sunscreen on, Curtis. The sun's just beaming through the clouds, and it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be hot and muggy, a bit like Florida conditions or San Diego conditions.
She's pretty dry on the west coast, but it's been balmy. It's been great, actually. Obviously, in the heat of the afternoon, it's sometimes hard to find a shady spot on the banks of the river. But through the afternoon, I've been enjoying the lovely Melbourne conditions, turning it on once again for the Moomba Festival as we get ready to see Sasha come back in for the second of her two passes. Has tricked in the past up in the high 8,000s. To me, Rob, it looks like the run she's doing right now. Sorry. I'm so used to, I've been sitting with Rob all week. It's just sort of on autopilot.
It'd be good if Dean Cosgrove moved out the way so we can see. Dean, move out the way, please.
Wow.
You're not far off it either.
But what I was starting to say there, Jared, is that she has tricked up in the high 8,000s. To me, it looks like the run she's doing in the prelim and then out there is probably more in the sort of 7 to high 7s range. I'm not sure. She's probably going for something a little more consistent, bankable. It's early season for her coming out of the North American winter. But if she can do that, you never know. It gives herself an outside chance at a podium spot if we end up with some upsets like the men's tricks yesterday.
All right, so lining up for the hand pass. Going to do wake 5 back. Back position, ski line back to back. Now ski line back. Now transitioning into the flips. Back flip. Going to look at doing the reverse now. Going to go front to back. So a half twist. They're going to go back to front. Now Sasha going to go full twisting. Back to back. Didn't quite get the height off the wake. Curtis and going down there losing 800 odd points. There's Sasha. Put your hands together, Melbourne. Our first competitor in the women's slalom final, Sasha Danisheuskaya of the USA.
Yeah, slap of the water there from Sasha. Pretty much sums up how she feels about that. It was so close to 2 stand-up passes from Sasha, but unfortunately falling there right at the end of that pass. So, of course, if you're joining us for the first time, most of the folks down here at 9 a.m. on Monday morning probably have been with us all weekend. But for those of you walking past, perhaps getting an early start on the festival, we are in the tricks event. Each skier has 2 20-second passes to perform as many tricks as possible. They cannot repeat tricks. They must continue with variation, throwing different things. And our judges will mark down whether the tricks have been performed according to the rules. They have specifications on how to perform each trick and tally them up, and that will be their score. And like Jared said, we're expecting the winning this event to be up over 10,000 points. That there from Sasha, probably closer to 6,000 points, so a little bit off the pace. So super excited, well, for all of these ladies really, because they're all incredible talents, but the youngest skier in this field and the youngest skier through to Moomba Monday this year, she'll be featuring in both the trick and the slalom finals, which is incredible. But just 14 years of age out of the United States of America. If you look down to the Swan Street Bridge, you'll see that beautiful GM Marine Ski Nautique towboat heading out from under the bridge. And we will be bringing in Lexie Abelson, of course, junior Moomba Masters champion. Took out the tricks earlier in the week. And looking to make her way onto her first professional podium. This is incredible. She's just 14 years of age. She's a level 8 gymnast. Has a great foundation of balance, aerial awareness, opening up rope on toe, her foot attached to the rope. Beautiful balance, control, as she whips through these tricks. Here she goes, wrapping in and out of the line, rapid fire. Grabs the rope outside the wake. Some toe line tricks, throwing her ski over the line. Toe line back to back is good. And a great opening toe pass from the 14-year-old American, the youngest skier in the finals today, Lexie Abelson.
Yeah, solid performance. She's a dark horse, Curtis. She could snag, not quite sure if she'll snag a win, but she could definitely snag a placing here, depending on how the next half an hour or so of tricking goes. But great, we'll go back to that replay. Nice toe wake line, toe wake 360, and toe wake back, toe wake line back to back, stamps it 2. Great job from Richard Abelson in the boat. Dad holding on. See some people stop. But not having to go to work today.
but worth it to be here on Moomba Monday. And it's been a long time since I've been able to make it in person. Usually it's a Sunday night in North America. Late night, typically, because daylight savings for that part of the world last night. And I'm sure Lexie's got some family and friends tuning in back there in Arizona. And a lot of family on the East Coast too, up in New Hampshire. Quite an international background. She's coming in though for the very exciting handle pass. Lexie, already at 14, has figured out how to flip very quickly and efficiently, Jared.
Yeah, she has. Just doing the back flip there. Into the back landing now, transitioning back to front. Now it looks to the full twisting back-to-back lands that. That's the one that Sasha missed out on. And the reverse. We're going to go front flip for Lexie Abelson. Or just loses it there, but punches the fist. Curtis. First big front flip we've seen.
I love everything about that, Rob. I have something that might be somewhat embarrassing to admit, but when I was at a tournament once, years and years and years ago, when Lexie was probably only about 7 years old, and she did that inverted wake 180 sequence that she just did there after a front flip. And even though I was a fully grown adult, I started to copy my trick runs off her at about 6 or 7 years old. Unfortunately, since then, she's progressed and progressed, and now I really can't do anything in her trick run, but this was a treat to watch. Like I said, even though she's young and she's not doing maybe the huge flips we'll see from our top seeds, she's doing them fast, and that's really hard to learn and teach. The full twisting mobs, big front fast way in that lean lock after she landed the front flip to pick up another 160 points.
And that's the key, isn't it, Curtis? It's about being efficient during that trick run. If you're not efficient and you lose a bit of time, as you saw when she stomped that front flip, she'd usually probably be a little bit more patient, move into the wake, and then potentially do a line trick on the end there. But, yeah, look, it's all about being efficient.
Yeah, I said it about...
Smoothies.
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I said it during Junior Moomba Jump about Zali Reeves, but the same holds true. When I grow up, I'd like to be as good as Lexie Abelson.
I think we'd all like to be able to trick like that. So score through for Sasha Danisheuskaya of the USA, 6,710 is her score. That is the score to beat. We knew it wasn't going to be up around that 8,500 points, but as we move through this list, next competitor from Colombia with a score of 8,010 in the preliminary round, Daniela Versvivel of Colombia. Then have Neely Ross, Anna Hunter, and Erica Lang.
Yeah, of course, those last three where you expect your winner and most likely your podium to come from. They've had a stranglehold on women's tricks podium for the better part of a decade. But Lexie Abelson has gone out there and posted a big score. She will be your leader, I'm sure. We'll confirm exactly what the score is. And this next young lady out of Colombia is a real rising star in women's trick skiing. I'm not sure if she's quite cracked up over 9,000 points yet, but if she hasn't,